Hi guys, welcome back to our channel. If you have ever received a gift that you really did not like, or perhaps you are sick of buying gifts that end up in the landfill a couple of days after Christmas, don't worry, I've got you covered with some gifts that I don't buy anymore and some great ideas that I swap them with for more intentional gift giving. Number one is I don't buy teacher themed gifts. So I am talking about the number one teacher mug, the pencil holder that says you're the greatest. A lot of teachers have a lot of this kind of stuff. And so after years of teaching, I really don't think they need yet another number one teacher mug. Instead of buying that, some things that I like to do instead are gift vouchers are my absolute go-to. And I know that some of you are probably like me and you have lots of different teachers and coaches in your kids' lives. So you're going to be looking at that sort of lower price point, and sometimes gift vouchers seem really expensive. Things like coffee gift cards or even a single movie ticket, those are still lovely, usable gifts that have a lower price point. Something else that I have done in years gone by is set up a whole class gift. So this is where I put out to the other parents in a class or a sporting team and let them know that I'm starting a fund to purchase a bigger gift for the coach or the teacher. This just means that you can sort of all pool your $10 or $20 gift and give them something a little bit bigger that they can use. I have done day spa vouchers, I have done just regular gift vouchers for department stores. All sorts of things have worked really well in the past for me. It spreads the cost over all the parents in that class, but it also gives the teacher something way more meaningful that they can have rather than 30 best teacher mugs. Another thing that I have done, particularly if I'm purchasing for multiple teachers in one room, is that instead of buying individual gifts for each person, about a week before the last day of school, I like to take in a really nice morning tea. So it might be a fancy cheesecake. I love the ones from Costco. They are huge, they go a long way, and most people like them. Another thing I have done is like gourmet muffins, those sorts of things where you can give a gift where everyone can enjoy it and you are able to thank these special people in yours or your kids' lives. This is actually a great idea. Also, if you have a whole heap of co-workers, that you can bring something for morning tea instead of an individual gift for each person. Number two, now I know this one might be a little bit controversial, but I don't buy pre-made gift baskets or subscription boxes. And the reason behind this is that it is very rare that you will find a gift basket that is full of everything that someone is going to love. And I also think that these items can be way overpriced and that you could put a gift basket together for a similar price yourself, full of things that they love. The other thing in this category is subscription boxes. And I know that they are super popular. There are all sorts for health and fitness and pop culture. And they seem really great from the outset that you are getting more than the recommended retail price for the stuff that comes in the box. It's a mystery, so it's fun to open. But I think you get left with a lot of things that one, you wouldn't ordinarily buy, so then you're not ever going to pay the retail price for that, or two, things that you simply don't like or won't use. So I would much prefer to tailor make a gift basket or a box rather than trust someone else to pick generic things. So some of the swaps that I make instead of these is to, like I said, create your own gift basket. Particularly if you are buying food, this is way cheaper. I saw one at my local Target for $100 and it was filled with simple snack foods. Now you can tailor this, particularly if it's someone you know really well, to things that you know that they're going to like and enjoy, and you can actually probably buy a full size bottle of jam instead of a teeny tiny one that doesn't even go on one piece of toast. And you can also make sure that it's stuff that they would enjoy to eat, and you can even, for the same kind of price, purchase items that are local to you. Local honeys, locally made teas, or chocolates. When you spread out the cost, you can make your own gift basket for way less than you'll pay in the shops. And I guarantee the person receiving it will feel so special that you've gone to the extra effort of picking those items just for them. The third thing I don't buy anymore are cheap stocking stuffers for my kids. So I am talking about like those little Christmas novelties that break the day after, really cheap fidget-like toys, things that are just cheap and nasty, or even like an overload of candy and chocolate. I don't know about you, but here in our house over the Christmas season, we are not short of sugar, and so I don't need to put any more of that into my kids' stockings. So here are some things that I like to do instead. Of course, the number one thing is stuff they need. Now here in Australia, we actually head back to a new school year in January, so it's a great time for me to get them things like that they might need for school, like a new lunchbox or water bottle, those sorts of things. It's actually summer here, so beach towels or new swimmers are great stocking stuffers for us because they are things that they will need and will be able to use. Another one of my favorites, obviously we live in the Sunshine State, is sunglasses. I have lost so many pairs of sunglasses. I don't know where they go, but I always appreciate a great pair of sunglasses, and I think this makes a really nice stocking stuffer. Another thing is consumables. So things like bubble bath or art supplies. Not art sets, because again, you can fall into that trap of getting things that you may or may not use, but you know, a couple of bottles of paint or some Play-Doh, those things will always get used in my house. I also joke all the time that gum is the currency of my kids, and that if I need to ask them for a favor, that I will bribe them with gum. So gum is a great option for my kids' stocking stuffers. But whatever that fun thing is for you in your family, I highly recommend thinking about those things. Another fun thing is to put in maybe some fun breakfast cereal that you wouldn't normally buy. Here in Australia, Pop-Tarts are kind of hard to find. And so in previous years, I've bought them as a treat that we could have in the weeks after Christmas. Number 4 is Kris Kringle gifts. Now, I don't know if these are called different things, but you know, these are those gifts where there's set up a whole aisle just before Christmas and they're full of like desk novelties and funny, weird things that you can buy for co-workers or teachers. And I just avoid this aisle completely. I think that these are the gifts that end up in the bin, whether it's the teeny tiny billiard table or the desk putting set that seems really good and seems quite intentional if someone you love plays golf, but at the end of the day, those items do tend to end up creating clutter and ending up in the landfill. So again, these are those low-cost items, and so some swaps that I would make are things like local food or some really pretty artwork that has been made by a local artist or something that you've seen that they like, coffee gift vouchers, particularly for those small businesses who we know over these last couple of years have been doing it so tough. It's a double win. If you can get someone a coffee voucher for a local cafe, they are then going to that business and that business is getting back on their feet again, and you're also getting a gift for someone that is going to be usable and enjoyable. Why not join them for that coffee and make it a relational moment as well? But movie tickets, tickets to the pool if you are like us and it's summertime here, anything outside the box, art gallery tickets, those sorts of things. If you look deep enough, these things cost around the same price as those kitschy novelty items that you would get in that Kris Kringle aisle. If you're spending $10 or $15 on something that's going to go in the bin, you could be instead helping a local business get back on their feet. Number 5 is toys for other people's kids. Now, this is a personal one to me, but it is really helpful in switching my mindset. I don't know other people's kids as well as I know my kids, and unless someone really close to me has specifically asked for an item, toys are not my go-to for other people's kids. Being a professional organizer, one of the areas that I see the most decluttering happening is toys. And so if you are a grandparent or an uncle or an auntie, I would really encourage you to reach out to your loved ones and say, hey, is there a particular toy that you would like me to buy? Otherwise, what are some other items that I can buy instead? Because I think a lot of parents don't know how to say, oh, we would prefer no toys. So if you take that pressure off them and let them know you're happy to buy something else, that's super helpful. So some of the swaps that I have are, one of my favorites is board games. This is great to swap out individual gifts for a family gift. On a side note, if you have a family like mine where you have a great difference in ages, two of my absolute favorite games are headbands, where they can put the little headband and guess who's who. This can be done by the whole family. And my other favorite is throw burrito. My little boy is on someone's team, and this is a great game if you have lots of kids at lots of different age levels. Everyone can have a good time. Of course, my go-to gift for anybody, but particularly for kids, is experiences. There are so many great experiences out there. There are art classes and science classes. There are coding programs that you could gift to some children that you love, where not only are they going to get a lovely gift from you, but they're also getting a learning experience or a cultural experience. Of course, I spoke about this before, but buying a family present instead of for each individual child, particularly if you're buying for a family like mine with lots of different children, things like ice cream sets, movie night, gift baskets that is full of fun treats for a movie night. Those sorts of gifts allow you to spend a little bit more because you're pooling all of that money together instead of single gifts, and you actually will probably end up spending less overall and giving a gift that's more meaningful. Number 6, and this is my final tip for you, and that is gifts for the sake of it. Now, we have all been caught in that trap of someone gives you a gift and you automatically feel like you need to give one back. And I don't necessarily think that's the case. I have bought gifts for people wanting to bless them, for them to enjoy it, and it is no way because I feel like they should respond with a gift for me. I used to be one of those people who would buy a couple of extra boxes of chocolates, which I think is just the most generic gift you can give, just in case someone gave me a gift so I could give one back. I would much rather accept a gift from someone, and then if I chose to, go out and be intentional about buying a gift for them. And I would hate to receive a gift that I thought had come from a reciprocal, I've bought you one, you better buy me one. And so I think if we really break this down and recognize that the spirit of giving is not to receive, don't be afraid of not having a gift for every single person in your life that might, on a whim, end up buying you a gift, and be really intentional about how you spend your money and what gifts you buy, and buying gifts that that person is really going to love. So with this one, there are some different things that you can do to try and avoid these situations so they're not actually a physical gift swap, but you can try doing a secret Santa and setting this up beforehand. So everybody just buys for one person instead of everybody buying for everybody, and then they can buy one more meaningful gift. I will leave a link here for the website that my family used to do a secret Santa so that everyone can remain anonymous. It also allows you to put a wish list in there, which I think is super helpful. And this is just a great way of reducing the amount of gifts you have to buy while still buying a really beautiful gift for one person. person. Another idea that we have done in the past is to host either a dinner or a dessert night where this is in lieu of gifts. In lieu of gifts, everybody brings something to share for dinner, or everyone brings something to share for dessert, and that is instead of a gift. Everyone gets a wonderful night of beautiful food together, and no one feels like they have to give a gift for the sake of it. Something that I think is really meaningful and often gets overlooked, particularly when we are buying a gift or giving something to those who provide a service in our lives, is the power of a beautiful letter, a power of a beautiful card telling someone how much they have meant to you and your child, thanking them for all that they do, telling them that they're doing a wonderful job. I think that these things, they're not something that's going to clutter up your life, but let me tell you, they are so impactful on your heart. If you are on a tight budget this year, here is a video I did a few years ago about some great inexpensive gifts that won't create clutter if you are on a budget. I hope you'll check it out.